These are the biggest mistakes that I see spiritual entrepreneurs who want to grow their business but filter themselves to fit in make in the online space. Now, I see this time and time again because I work with clients in all of my programs. I see this from psychic fairs when even I'm doing tarot readings. And these are the core 3 patterns that will always show up for the entrepreneurs that I work with. Yes, there are some masculines who also dive into this, but the predominant space that I am choosing to work with is the feminines, right? Because the power that we are giving away is so big. It's time to reclaim it. It's time to take it back. So the first mistake that I see spiritual entrepreneurs make from time and time again, they want to grow their business. They're coming to me going, Janie, I want to build this much like money. I want to come online. I want to do this. I want to live my purpose. But the first thing that they decide to do in order to fulfill that purpose and that mission is copying other people. Now, when I say copying other people, they will binge other spiritual entrepreneurs. They will binge other normal entrepreneurs. They will go and take templates, they will take strategies, they will take processes, they will listen to all of this noise on social media, and then they'll try and apply it to their life, and they will mimic it to their business. Now, this is a big mistake. Why? Because when you copy somebody else's template, when you copy somebody else's strategy, when you copy somebody else's process, you are stepping away from your authenticity because you step away from your process. You step away from your path. You step away from what's unique to you, and you lose your voice in the process of doing that. Okay. And I've been here time and time again, which is why I can see it so clearly when other spiritual entrepreneurs are doing this, because I've elevated from that position of my life. So whatever you do, do not copy other people's shit. Yes, listen to that stuff, take on board what you think is a good idea, but then make it your own. Invent something for yourself and create something that feels good to your body. Again, your mind will sometimes come and kick in and tell you like, oh yeah, you're not copying because you're just tweaking like one word here and there. It's like, no, you are copying. So be authentically honest with yourself as well as to like where you are actually copying versus where you are truly creating just for the sake of creation alone. Now, I can do a whole separate video on this, which I will, but for this video alone of like the top mistakes that I see spiritual entrepreneurs who want to build their following online. Now, I've grown like my TikTok to 12,000. And my Instagram to 10,000. And this is literally part of it, right? I never stood there and decided to copy somebody else's blueprint. I never did that. I was like, I'm going to teach astrology. And even now, when you go back and you look at all of my feed on Instagram, it's like nobody else. It's my creation. Like you can say it's like a Janie blueprint on there because it's all me. It's all like created from scratch, right? When you come onto even like social media on TikTok, I'm not copying anyone. It's like my authentic energy can be felt through my content, which is why it's able to grow. On here, I've always been quite authentic. I started off with astrology. I've now got rid of those videos because I don't want to be focusing on astrology. I've grown so much in my online business that now my key mission is helping other spiritual feminines to build their online business their way, in their authentic, unique voice, okay? And that's the whole point of this video, my new program, Unfiltered. Those of you who are interested in coming to work with me on unlocking this voice, the link and the invite is there below for you in the description box, and also I'll pop it in the comments. So you can go and check that out. But this is literally the thing. So number one, do not copy other people. Learn, take what you think will work for you and take what's lighting you up in that moment, but don't take it as like, this is the thing that's going to get me to your success, because your success is very unique to you and your specific codes. And again, we look into astrology and human design and all of this to unlock that blueprint. Again, this is what we do in Powerful, which is my other program. So all of that stuff is linked below. You can go check it out. The second key mistake that I see spiritual feminines and spiritual entrepreneurs making in the online space all the time when they want to grow their business, but they filter themselves, right? They filter themselves to fit in, is literally filtering themselves down and watering down their message. So an example of this I can give is like when I did it not on TikTok. Like I did it a little bit, but it wasn't as deep as how much I did on YouTube. So I had listened to so many gurus on YouTube saying like, position yourself as a presenter, position yourself as like this professional, like all of this stuff of like the audience on YouTube, like expects a certain thing, like YouTube audiences are different and all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, which means I can't swear on YouTube. Okay, I can't position myself as this on YouTube. And it's like all these overthinking thoughts started to come up, and I was just like, I'm losing myself here. I'm losing my authentic voice, and I'm actually not having fun on YouTube anymore because I'm listening to the fucking noise. And I started to water down my message. I started to water down and started positioning myself from like a teaching, but it was still presentory teaching. And I'm like, now, yeah, I'm still teaching. And you might be like, I can't notice that much difference, but I feel it internally. And it's like I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to talk to you the way I talk to any other client and any other friend and any other loved one in my personal close relationships. I will give them the fucking truth, how they need to hear it, because that's what's going to move them towards the transformation they're trying to achieve, right? When I do things with love, everybody gives like this watered down message, but that's not actually helping them transform, right? I'm giving you an example of like a gym. When you go to a gym and you hire a personal trainer, would you like the personal trainer who's going to soften it and give it to you like, oh, if you want to eat that cupcake, go eat that cupcake? Or do you want the person who's going to be like, if you want fucking results, chuck that cupcake in the bin? Like, that's the difference, right? So I was watering down my message of like, oh, okay, I'll just be a bit softer and like all of this stuff, where it's like, no, Jenny, you're not being authentic to your true self, which is I see the blocks straight through of like, this is what you need to fucking do so you can get to where you're trying to go. And if I'm not that blunt, honest, that person's not going to see the result, and I'm doing them a disservice. So that's the fucking energy that you want to be coming to for your clients, right? This is the energy that I serve now in all of my programs, and it feels so alive. It feels so juicy that I literally don't even feel like I need to sell it. I just need to share what we're fucking doing in there. And because I'm so fucking excited about it, my clients are naturally drawn to that energy. They feel it. Like, you will feel this energy. If you like this video, you'll be feeling it. It's an energy, right? It's not the words that I'm saying. Like, yes, it might be the conviction and the clarity through which I'm speaking and channeling, but it's the energy that I'm sitting in. I'm so fucking lit up. I'm excited. Like, even now as I'm speaking, I'm fucking excited. Anyway, stop watering down your message. Start speaking your truth, even if it makes you shake in your body, even if it brings up anxiety. Like, that's natural. I want to normalize. This is also a normal part of the process. Like, you will feel so much fear because you're fearing rejection. You're fearing, oh, what if people don't like this video? What if subscribers drop off? That's okay. Subscribers drop off my shit all the time because I evolve so quick at like lightning speed. People can't keep up, but that's not my job. That's not my problem. My job and my mission is to serve the people who are ready, to serve the people who want to come into my spaces, who are ready to work with me at that next level. And my job is not to care about the ones who aren't. They can fall off for all I care, right? That's our ego that tells us, oh, wait, what if we lose this much number? That's just a number of subscribers. That doesn't matter. Like, yes, it's your tribe you're building, but you want your loyal tribe who vibe with you on every fucking level because they have the same mindset. Some subscribers might come through from some sort of misaligned video and then they drop off. That's okay. They're not a core part of your tribe. You don't want that type of energy in your aura, in your spaces anyway, right? And you come to realize this the more you work on your self-worth, your self-love, your business game, like all of the things. But it's recognizing that this is very normal and allowing it to happen. So for me, it's like when I drop subscribers or followers or whatever, it's okay because I know every transition that I've made in my identity, I usually tend to lose a few people. And I'm very accepting of that because I know that not every evolution of mine is going to have everybody coming with me, right? And that's why there's that saying of as you climb the mountain, it does get lonely at the top and you have to be okay with that. That's also a form of self-love for you. And it's the most spiritual thing that you can do for yourself, right? Spiritual is literally you following your soul's voice. And your soul's voice doesn't attach itself to things like followers and subscribers and rejection and people not buying and people not hearing my message or people giving hate comments. Like all of that stuff is noise. We want to be blocking that out, canceling it, not paying any focus or attention to it, and really focusing on this side of, okay, who is in my world? How can I nurture them? How can I serve them? How can I really give them the fucking gold that they need to transform their fucking lives? Because that's what we're here to do. As spiritual entrepreneurs, as intuitive entrepreneurs, the one thing we are here to do is to use our pain and suffering and to use our spiritual growth as a mechanism, as a vehicle to help serve humanity and to help serve our audience who are just a few steps behind us, and to elevate them to that level so that we can then keep elevating and keep elevating them. They elevate their circles, and in return we have a ripple effect across humanity, right? That is the mission. But we can be so focused on like all this other stuff that our ego is making like a big thing about, like followers and subscribers and people dropping off and people not liking it, that we water down our authentic truth and our authentic message until we sound exactly like everybody else on the fucking internet. And we're not bringing that special gold through. And then we're sitting there wondering, well, why is this not working? Why is this not happening? And it's just like, well, are you being your authentic self? Are you actually delivering value from your soul that you were meant to deliver? Ask yourself that question. Stop fearing rejection. Stop watering down your message. Be who you fucking came here to be. It takes courage to do that. But once you start building up that courage, you build momentum and you'll start to see the universe bring all the right people to you. Okay? Trust. The third thing that I see entrepreneurs as a mistake that they're making who want to grow their business, where they're filtering themselves in, is filling up their to-do list instead of owning who they came here to be. Okay, so when you start to build an online spiritual business, there are so many things to learn. I get it. I get the overwhelm. But as a spiritual being, your main mission is to be. Okay, so what this means is, yes, you have to build. Yes, you have the entire masculine side. I'm not discrediting that. But your main purpose is in the being. So if you are filling up your to-do list of all these masculine tasks of building your online website and putting out content and creating content and focusing on so much of the doing, how much time are you then spending on the beingness of who you are, how you are here to serve, what your mission is, who you are helping, and are you being that version of you? Truly, authentically being that version of you, because that looks very different to someone who is literally hunched over their desk, constantly just working, feeling stressed out, and then not even having a time for a meditation in the evening. Like, that is not the vibe that we're sitting in, right? That is going to water down your message even more, because you're getting so lost in the doing and all these to-do lists that you'll be in that hustle culture. That's not the spiritual entrepreneur. Like, that's not the vibe that you want to be sitting in. You want to be in a 50-50 split of the feminine, where you get to be in your day. You need to be recognizing, okay, have I got strategy in place for being? Like, for me, I wake up and first thing I do is go for a walk. That walk is my feminine space for me to just be. I won't listen to anything. If I am listening, it will be my meditation, and I'll connect to my soul, and I'll connect to all the downloads that need to come through for me for the day, and I'll connect to my divinity. That's where my feminine space starts off with, right? My day starts off with that. Then when I come home, I will shower and I'll feed my body and I'll nourish my body again with the feminine, part masculine of providing for myself. And then I will choose to either rest and have a nap or sit in filming mode or creation mode for an hour or two. And then again, I'll go and rest, or I'll go for a walk and I'll pick up my son. Like, I'll mix the day in with feminine, masculine. So my strategy does not look like constantly doing the hustle. That's not what I believe in. That's the biggest mistake as well that I see spiritual entrepreneurs get into, because the world we live in, the society we live in, has built up all of the structures around a masculine energy, okay? The jobs, everything is surrounded by the masculine energy. The feminine energy, and I've done a video on this, you can go and check it out, around the feminine, masculine, but the feminine body, the feminine energy is built around being. It's why we have monthly cycles where we bleed in order to get us into rest mode, right? Our bodies bleed to receive wisdom when we are in resting mode. So if we're not giving ourselves that and we're constantly on the hustle, do you think we're going to be in full alignment to speak our authentic truth, right? This is where the unfiltering comes through as well, where we have to unfilter and unplug ourselves from everything that we've been taught to believe, and building our businesses around the feminine energy and the masculine strategy. We need both of them, and we need them both in balance and harmony. If you've got any sort of imbalance on both sides, your business will be like tipping over as well in some area. So if you're watching this video, then either you're making like some of these mistakes, you're seeing in your reality like the money is not coming in the way that you want, you're not getting the right type of clients, or you just feel like it's not fun for you to do the thing that you're doing. Whatever the thing is of why you are here, I want you to really dive deep into these 3 things that I've mentioned in this video. Those of you who want to do deeper work with me, Unfiltered is where we are going deep. The link is below, but we are literally unfiltering from society, the conditioning of how businesses are built, and we're unlocking your authentic voice as well through blueprints and human design and all of that good stuff. So if you want that, come join. That is where we'll go deeper and deeper into these shifts. But again, reflect by yourself, like the biggest mistakes and how you are actually operating in those zones, and journal out like how you can start to shift from doing those things, because that's noise and we want to be canceling out that noise. So lots of love. I'll catch you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't, if you're new here. Like this video if you liked it. And drop me a comment as well if like this resonated, what resonated, all the things. I love conversing and communicating with you guys on here. So, mwah.